Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Trading Bitcoin with your host Tone Vase. Um, I don't know why I couldn't stream this through Zoom, so I just wasted about 40 minutes trying to figure that out, and it was just unreasonably frustrating because it just did not make sense why it wasn't working. I was doing it the same exact way. I did it by accident even the first time with Vortex. I've already streamed live on it twice. I streamed multiple on the records with it, and tonight it wasn't working. Like, it was telling me that I'm not connected to my Google account, and I was connected to my Google account, so it was just really annoying. Yeah, so that just really sucks. Already kind of put me in a bad mood. It's just frustrating when you have like tech issues at midnight, you know. All right, I'm just gonna do like 5 minutes on Bitcoin, and then I'm gonna do Q&A. There's really nothing going on in Bitcoin. As usual, please go ahead and learn trading. My website. If you are asking me questions, what the hell are those numbers above and below my candles? That's explained in section 6. It's amazing how many people continue to ask me what they mean, even though I explain it on every single video. If my free stuff is not enough, please check out the consulting section of my website, and it has info on how to get in touch with me. And finally, if you do want to see me in person, please attend one of these seminars all over North America throughout April, starting on March 31st in Vancouver. And after that, it's San Francisco, Austin, Canada, Toronto, Canada, and Miami every Saturday starting with March 31st. I'll also be in Russia next week doing a couple of seminars, but those are going to be in Russian. The websites, I clicked on it by accident. Check out the websites. They're also posted on my website. All right. Lots of stuff is going on. What is this? I don't know what that is. I had to restart my computer. That didn't help. Usually helps. Here's the weekly chart. The weekly chart is in the middle of nowhere. We really need this week not only to close above the Fibonacci line at above 9,900. I want to see this week close above the high of week of 212. Which is at 10,500. So it's only $500 higher. So I want to see Bitcoin close above 10,500 in order for me to be optimistic into the next week. If we close at current levels of 9,300, I will not be optimistic into next week. So just a heads up. Still can't get the color right on the candles, which again is very frustrating. Here's the daily chart. I believe I'm in log scale right now, and in log scale we are working on a giant symmetric triangle. Can the symmetric triangle come to a point around what is this? Around middle of April? So it's possible we're going to be choppy going into the middle of April. The current push actually did not take us low enough. It would have been nice to go all the way to 7,600 and bounce. We can still get there, but now what happens if there is another push down? That push would need to reverse from a higher level, because if we break this low end trend line, things could start getting a little ugly. So at this point, we really need Bitcoin to pretty much well, I guess we could fall all the way to 7,600 in a day, but that's unlikely, even for Bitcoin. That would be one hell of a move. So right now, we're stuck in between support and resistance. We're stuck between downward. We're stuck between the downward line, the upward line. We're stuck above the 200-day moving average, below the 50-day moving average, stuck below previous swing low, and obviously above previous swing high. So, I mean, I wouldn't be trading Bitcoin right now. I'd wait. I'd wait for something to develop. I mean, if you're going to trade Bitcoin, you got to trade the small time frames. Like the daily time frame is not helpful right now. You are on a 1, and that's what you're working on. Let me adjust my settings here. Yeah, I probably hide the other one too. Are we on a 1? No, we're not on any number. Okay, so I'll leave the other one up there. But yeah, we're flipping color now. So we had a red 8, the candle before. I kind of turned it off. I can turn it on. There it is. Right, so in order for us to complete a 9 today, we would need to close below 87.60 in the next 24 hours. While that's possible, probably unlikely. So not getting a 9, what does that mean? Well, lately we've been reversing a lot on the 8s. Traditional DeMark says that if you don't get a 9, that means the bearish momentum is with you. I don't see it that way. And Bitcoin is a little bit tricky. We've been reversing on 8s way more often. I mean, look back here on February 6th, reversed on an 8. And over here at the top, February 21st, I mean, we reversed off the 7. We had an 8 most of the candle, and then it all fell apart. And we definitely reversed on an 8 from the top on the 5th of March. So we've been reversing on 8s, and you have a doji on this 8, but this doji is not at the bottom, so it doesn't really matter. So the doji isn't a reversal candle when it's not anywhere in the vicinity of the low. So anyway, I promised the Bitcoin stuff would be short. I'm already lying to you. Here's the 4-hour chart, totally useless. I mean, look, it's flipping color left and right. This is a 4th candle in a row of a color flip. The 50-day has crossed below. The 50 period closed below 200. Nothing is really going on. Here's the 12-hour. 12-hour has been useful. Reversed off a 9 aggressive 13 combination. And we're treading water, right? We're on a red 2, but trading above a red 1. So again, useless. And finally, the 1-hour chart. 1-hour chart's on a 7. And look, it's just choppy. There's just nothing. There's nothing going on. I obviously released a new version of the indicator. So released a new version of the indicator. Here's the nice long description. I did a little update of the code. So if you are a client of mine, everyone should have access already. All right, I'll leave it here. Let's just get to your questions. All right, let's do it. All right, thanks, Corey, for putting those together. Do you think your outlook for Bitcoin would be different if you believed in anthropogenic climate change, like most scientists do? It's a shot at my thing about, look, guys, look, first of all, unless you have a degree related to science in this field, you should not comment. At least I have a degree in the field. Okay, let's start there. At least I have a degree in geology. At least I actually studied this. Granted, it was a long time ago, and I kind of kept up with it. And here's the thing, right? Pollution is a problem, but climate change is not a problem. Climate change is something you have to live with. And humans, like ants, are not capable of long-term climate change unless you believe in technology like HARP and other, conspiracy technology, right? So if you believe in like climate-altering technology, then sure, you will win the argument against me that man are causing climate change, right? Because how are you going to win the argument against me when the planet has been going in and out of ice ages since the planet existed, right? Long before humans and long after humans are gone. So like we can do an entire hour. I mean, we can talk about this forever, right? And I'm trying to figure out how I am being accused of a conspiracy theorist when I don't believe in like random bullshit. Meanwhile, you people are, I mean, the conspiracy theory is the fact that governments want to control you. I mean, they'll come up with every excuse in the book, right? It's obvious that they will control you under the pretense that everything is terrorism, and they will control you under the pretense that everything causes climate change, and that's why you have to change stuff. You want to research climate change? Go take a look at the sun's effect on the planet. Go take a look at the clouds' effect on the planet. Go take a look at the Earth's rotation inside the Milky Way galaxy. Go do that research and then come back to me and tell me how humans have long-term effects on climate change. We were headed into an ice age. Well, I mean, the planet's getting colder, not warmer. Like the whole global warming thing was such bullshit. And now, because they were completely wrong, they have to change the narrative to climate change. And when and as the planet continues to get colder over the next 40, 50 years, because that's the trajectory, we have more ice now around the planet than we did 20 years ago. It's just in different places. You guys are telling me to do research. You guys need to do that, right? Don't listen to the thing on TV saying that 90% of scientists agree that humans are causing climate change. That's not true at all. Go take a look at some actual scientists, the ones that are not funded by the government, and see what they're saying. I mean, you gotta follow the money. It's not a conspiracy theory. Just follow the money. Go look at independent science research. You have to realize that the majority of these global warming scientists get their money from government institutions and government grants. It's to their I mean, it's financially lucrative to them to tell you that you are changing the climate. Pollution's a problem. I agree with you. Of course, pollution's a problem, right? I remember, here's what we studied when I was studying geology back in the 90s, okay? We were shown pictures of LA, and we were told that the city of LA would be unlivable by the year 2010 because of the pollution and its geographic location. LA seems to be doing pretty damn nice. I was just in downtown, totally being rebuilt, okay? New York City, Manhattan was a disaster. They changed all the buses for cleaner technology. New York City is great now, okay? I know China is terrible with pollution, and you know what? They're going to fix it because people get fed up and they stop polluting their local area, and things get better, okay? Technology advances, all right? Pollution's a problem. People get sick, people die. If you pollute an area to a large extent, you can kill all life in that area. That has nothing to do with climate change. Absolutely nothing. Sure, you eliminate a bunch of trees, you can alter the climate. Okay, fine. You eliminate a bunch of trees. Trees can't process carbon dioxide. So now we have an increase of carbon dioxide. So what happens? The cycle reverses, right? More carbon dioxide is oxygen for plants. When you have more carbon dioxide in the air, it's going to be a lot it's going to be a lot more oxygen for the trees, and then you're going to have a problem that you have more weeds and more trees will grow. Like come on, just take a look at the cycle. Yeah, sure, if you chop down every single tree, life on your island will die. Go take a look at Easter Island, right? They chopped down every tree, and that's it. They couldn't build any more boats, they couldn't get off the island, and there was a complete disaster over on Easter Island, right? Anyway, everyone's telling me to do research. I've done research. I don't know about you guys. You guys are the ones listening to the talking heads on TV. How many of you have done research? I've done it. Next, let's move on from climate change. Look, I agree. Last statement before I get taken out of context. Yes, there is climate change. We've always had climate change. Every single person that ever lived to 40, 50 years old would have noticed climate change in their lifetime, whether they are living right now or whether they lived 1,000 years ago. they would have noticed climate change. Climate change, it's what it does. Okay? Humans cause pollution or localized problems, not global problems. All right, next. Tone, just saw a video of someone saying Bitcoin has been overbought and that it will go down to $2,500. What do you think? I look, I don't know how far Bitcoin will go down. That's why I do daily videos, right? And right now, I can't even tell you if it's going to go up or down because I have absolutely no probability to help me pick a direction right now. We are in the middle of nowhere. We're inside. We're in a look. We are in a. Oh, wait, you can't see anything. Back to screen share. So look, you are literally in a symmetric triangle, probably inside a symmetric triangle. Like, I have nothing for you. No, absolutely nothing. It's going to be this way probably for days. Like, I don't expect anything from Bitcoin. I'm expecting sideways action. I mean, if you're going to go on vacation, this is probably it. I mean, I think we're going to get stuck here for a while, and then we'll see. I have nothing for you right now. Someone says massive symmetric triangle broke on the 1 hour. I mean, it can't be that massive because it's 1 hour, right? I don't see it. I don't see a symmetric triangle here. So I don't know. It's 1 hour. It can't be that massive. Don't see it. Sorry. Next. Can you guys cover the fact that the Chinese government has blocked access to Binance and BitMax? I don't know. I have no idea. How does the Chinese government block access to BitMax? Like, you can't access their website if you're in China? Go find a VPN. Go get a VPN. I have a discount code here. Here. Affiliate codes. Right there, TorGuard. 50% off. 50% off with TorGuard. Go get a VPN. All right, next. So now that Bitcoin is on everybody's radar, do you think that institutional money and whales are waiting for another dip before they buy in? And is that the key to the next move? No, I don't think so. Guys, whales aren't that smart, right? Like, most people buy on the way up and they sell on the way down. So I don't think so. I mean, if a large institution wants to get in, it's gonna get in. I don't think people are waiting for the dip. I really don't. Especially the big whales. I mean, they might buy some more, but I don't know. Like, I don't even know how to answer that question, guys. Next. Why do you consider Monero terrible coin long term? Because I don't see innovation in I don't see real innovation in Monero, because I believe that if that technology was all that great that's in Monero, it would have been considered for Bitcoin, right? Or at least discussed in Bitcoin circles. It's not. And Monero is going to have huge difficulty scaling technologically. That's what the experts that I trust believe. So I don't see it as a great investment, right? I just don't. I just don't. And I don't think there'll be room for multiple blockchains because they're competing for electricity. And what's the point? I mean, what's the point of having multiple internets right now? I mean, what's the point of having a website on two different protocols? Makes no sense. It makes no sense, right? Like, well, like look what people are saying, right? Oh, BitMax is blocked in China. Okay, fine. I mean, would you be happier if China had its own internet and now, not Bitcoin, sorry, BitMax. BitMax is blocked in China. Okay, so do you want two internets? Do you want China to have their own internet and then BitMax has a completely different company over there on one website, and now we have to build another website on a different protocol? It makes no sense. Like, you don't need two blockchains. You need one. You need one that's secure. You don't need two internets. You need one to connect the world. All right, next, what do we got? Did I hear you say the shorts are closing and the longs are opening? No, I never said that. What? Yeah, I don't understand that question. Let's move on. What is your response to Sunny Decree's latest comment regarding to your trading knowledge? I don't know what Sunny Decree's latest comment was. I don't watch him. I mean, the guy is a scammer. The guy was selling you BitConnect. Why do you listen to what he says? Like, if a person has recommended BitConnect at any point in their life, you should not even listen to them what restaurant to go eat. So why do I care what he thinks of me? The guy's a scammer. He was profiting from BitConnect, right? It's a Ponzi scheme. He was profiting from it. He was giving you his affiliate code to BitConnect that he would directly profited from, right? He profited from you because it was a Ponzi. I mean, granted, I have affiliate codes on my end too, but they're not like that. They're not Ponzi's. They're not MLMs. You know, they're mostly discount codes, unless you want to consider TradingView a Ponzi scheme. You know, I mean, granted, I have a couple of exchanges on there, and yeah, there's a risk, right? An exchange can steal your money, but an exchange is not a Ponzi. You know, you are trading on that exchange. You're just taking a risk because it's Bitcoin. Yeah, so why would I care that some BitConnect guy had something to say about me? It's irrelevant. All right, next. Will the financial district of Manhattan ever become irrelevant? Sure. I mean, not irrelevant. It'll be less relevant than another financial district, right? I mean, New York and America wasn't always the financial capital of the world, right? Before the last one before us, I believe, was in London, and the one before that was I don't know, where was the financial? Maybe Amsterdam. I don't remember, right? But I mean, it'll move. It'll move. It looked like China was on the right track to kind of be the next superpower, but now I don't know. Someone's gonna have to step up, because sooner or later, you know, America will go down. It's just reality, right? I mean, superpowers don't. America is already reaching its average lifespan of a superpower, which is about 120 years. So it's coming to an end soon. It doesn't look like anyone's stepping up yet, but you never know. Things can move quickly. If I don't see anyone stepping up, then it would be horrible if there is, you know, a big financial catastrophe here in the U.S. I still think the stock market is going to go way up. I still need to do a stock market video. I just haven't had the time. All right, next. All right, real questions, guys. Corey, you're not helping. I'm not going to entertain spaceships. I already entertained climate change. That was enough. Next. We have multiple networks connected with each other that makes the internet. Couldn't we get an inner blockchain with atomic swaps connecting several blockchains? But why? Why do you need that? Why do you want to build on a potentially insecure blockchain? even if it's connected to a more secure one. It just makes no sense. Just doesn't make technological sense. You gotta separate you trying to get rich by speculating on something you don't know versus actual technology scaling and simplicity. Could an Ethereum mass exit cause a new high in Bitcoin? Of course it can. Absolutely. All right, Corey, what else you got? There's got to be some normal questions. How can you hate XRP when the CEO of Ripple has the same exact view on crypto ICOs in general as you do? That's impossible. That's impossible. The CEO of Ripple created a scam coin that is totally unnecessary for their business. So he can't possibly have the same view as me on ICOs and altcoins. You got to stop listening to people's bullshit and look at their actions. Next. The USD valuation of Bitcoin be defined as a central point of failure? No. Couldn't the USD valuation of Bitcoin define an essential failure? Since wealth distribution is already centralized via corporations and banks? No. No. Look, wealth moves. Wealth moves. Again, I was working for Bear Stearns, giant company, multi-billion-dollar company, gone overnight, gone. Lehman Brothers, gone overnight. Auto industry in the US, almost gone overnight if the government didn't bail them out. Like, what wealth concentration? What corporations? Like, it would suck if Google went down. It would suck if Amazon went down. But is it possible? Yeah. Can Tesla go down? Of course. Can Elon Musk go broke trying to fund SpaceX? Of course he could. Okay? It's risk. You get rewarded for the risk that you take. I don't see it as like, I don't see wealth concentration as evil. I don't. Most people that get rich just use that money to help, use that money to create jobs, use that money to invest in speculative technology. You think you can invest in speculative technology, you can't. Because you don't know who the winners and losers are. And you're probably only going to pick losers. Just the way it works. It's the way it's always worked. The bubble is coming. The ICO bubble's coming. I don't know when. I don't know. I have no idea when. I just know it's going to happen at a time where no one expects it, so that the maximum amount of people lose the maximum amount of money. Next. What do you think about your interview with Cliff High? Did it meet your expectation? Well, I talked about it this morning. Please check out my morning video with Leah when she put me on the spot asking me about Cliff High. Check that out. Look, Cliff High is not that much different from what I do. Like me and Cliff High pretty much do the same thing, right? I don't sell reports, but I could. Like if I ran a newsletter, if I ran a chat group, I'm not that different than Cliff High. My methodology is different, right? I don't believe in the web bot. I don't, right? I don't have, I don't. I believe in my charts. Now, some people think that what I do is voodoo, right? So he believes in his web bot. Therefore, he has a report. I think it's reasonably priced. I don't think he's gouging you. I don't think he's misleading you on what he's selling you. He's selling you a report that he interprets from the web bot that he wrote. So if you believe that Cliff High has the ability to write an AI to scrape the internet, spit out keywords, and then interpret those words into predicting the future, if you believe that he's capable of doing that, then you will pay for his report, right? That is a free country, okay? That you are more than welcome to spend your money on, because he's not lying to you on what he's actually selling you. He's just selling you a report, and he tells you how he generated that report. Okay, you know, that's no different than like the report that Ronnie Mose sells for like $200 or $300, where he analyzes cryptos and is telling you to diversify. That's no different. Selling you a report. Okay. I don't sell you a report, guys. I sell you my time. I sell you my time because my time's valuable. Right now, you're getting my time for free. But when you're not getting my time for free, my time's valuable. That's why my seminars are expensive. That's why getting me on the phone is expensive. And randomly, you know, sending me questions, half the time people get ignored, right? I sell you my time. And because hundreds of hours, not hundreds, but over 100 hours has gone in to coding an indicator that I really wanted to use for myself. And it actually cost me a lot of money to get that programmed. I did not have the coding ability to code that thing. So the complexity of the code cost a lot of money to put together. Okay, and a lot of time as well. So yeah, I'm not going to give it away for free because I'm not going to be tech support. So if you want to use the code that cost me a lot of time and a lot of money, you have to pay for that too, right? You don't have to. You can go get a free version. But I don't see Cliff as a lot different than me other than the methodology that he uses. Do I believe in his methodology? No. But that alone doesn't really necessarily make him a scammer. I will say this, though. Because I read his 2010 report on the same day as I read his latest report, I will say that the entire report, like the entire, how can I say it? The entire theme of the report from 2010 to now has changed from gloom and doomers as his client base to crypto people as his client base. And the report has gone from, you know, feeding what the gloom and doomers want to hear to almost feeding what the traders of crypto want to hear, right? So I will say that. But again, Cliff's High's answer for that is, well, I'm printing what the linguistics are telling me, right? So obviously, if they're telling him that, hey, this is very popular right now, the whole being positive and, you know, it's all good and it's all unicorns and we're all going to live peacefully ever after. And all these altcoins are going to coexist with each other and everyone will hold hands. I mean, if that's what sells, then sure, you can put it in there. But hey, if that's what sells, then that's what's apparently coming out of his computer. So that's fine. But I don't have a problem with what he does. I really don't. I really don't have a problem with what Cliff High does. Is no different than a psychic on the street corner. No different, right? Those are fine. And like Cliff says, he thinks everyone is a psychic, and he's picking that up in machine. Like I don't have a problem with it. All right, let's move on. Again, if you're interested in my work, you have to go and check out the consulting section of my website. It's all explained there. It's all explained there. Just check it out. Next. Crypto blockchain technology. Since you do not like Monero for its scaling issues, what are your thoughts on Bitcoin private? I don't have any thoughts on Bitcoin private. It's another stupid fork of Bitcoin. What is innovative about it? Do you know? I don't know. I'm not going to waste my time looking at Bitcoin private the way I did not waste my time looking at Bitcoin gold. Where is Bitcoin gold today? It's like $100. All right, next. How much is Bitcoin private worth? I can't even get a freaking chart. It's garbage. Next. Could you please comment on the Nasdaq and the traditional markets in general? Hey guys, I'm gonna try and bring you that video this weekend. I really am. I know the NCAA tournament's coming this weekend. I'm gonna want to try to watch. I also have to get ready for Russia. I know I have a lot to do. I really don't want to look at traditional markets right now because I'm just not ready. Well, like traditional markets actually require. I don't even have a chart. I don't even have a chart of the Nasdaq. Probably. Like traditional markets actually requires me to look at them ahead of time. Like I look at Bitcoin every day, so I can look at it every day. I haven't looked at traditional markets in a month, right? It's a little bit harder to just look at it because I have like the political structure is a mess. I'm looking at it now. Let me do screen share. Like I can look at the Nasdaq, but I don't know what it's going to tell me. Oh, we're looking at hyperwaves with the Nasdaq. That's right. Now I remember. I don't even have the new code on the Nasdaq. Let's do that. Thought about it, didn't do it. All right, let's look at the Nasdaq. All right, so here's the thing with the Nasdaq. Oh, this is monthly Nasdaq. Monthly chart of the Nasdaq looking really good. Let me zoom in. Let's look at the weekly. Looks clean to me. Looks clean to me. By the way, Wall Street looks at it this way. There you go. Yeah, see, they got no numbers. They got nothing. They got nothing. They were running blind. But they were running into 13s, right? Like, look at all these 13s. So whether you were looking at composite, aggressive, or sequential, the standard countdown, no matter which one you were looking at, you caught it with a 13, at least, with the traditional 13 countdown on the weekly. I can put mine back up. Yeah, this 9 would have helped a little, and that ended up on a 5. I mean, it looks good. I mean, like, look, you're at all-time high. You're at an all-time high this week. I had no idea the market bounced that much. Let's go to the daily. Looks good. Looks great. See, look at the daily. You see how mine caught the top? Wall Street didn't. There they are. See, they all disappeared. Gone. We both caught the bottom. Close enough. 2 days early. We're on a 7. Down today, but still a 7. All-time high. I mean, what do you want me to say? All-time high. We're going higher. We're going higher. I've been saying higher. They've been making fun of me at the anarchist conference for years. For years. The first time I ever spoke at that anarchist conference. They're all like, stocks are going to every year. Stocks are going to crash, buy gold. Stocks are going to crash, buy gold. That's all they say, like parrots. Every year. No, wait. Why am I going there? Supposed to go to weekly. Every year. I spoke there in 2015. I spoke there in 2016. I spoke there in 2017. I did not speak there in 2018. You know what I told them? Every freaking year I spoke there, since the first time I spoke there was right here. 2015, February. Right here. No, here. No, wait, that's 2013. 2015, February. Here. Really? Yeah, right there. All I kept saying was 2015, February. Buy the stock market. Buy the stock market. Sell your gold. Buy the stock market. Look what we've done from here. I mean, I was saying it way earlier. Way earlier, I was saying buy the stock market. It's only going to go up. And we're going up. Doing good. All right. What else we got? Tone, what do you think about Bitcoin futures markets? I mean, we've had futures, right? Again, BitMax. And now we have CME and CBOE. Grayscale Investments make new future markets with 1 year contracts. Are we bullish now? I'm skeptical of Grayscale Investments because I think their investment trust is terrible. I wish it never happened. So I don't know. I mean, I'm okay with it. The CME knows what they're doing, even though, well, I thought, I mean, if they really knew what they were doing, they'd let Bitcoin trade on the weekend. You know, if they get more liquidity, they can lower the margin requirement. All right, what's next? Tone, thoughts on the state of Wyoming creating new asset class of crypto, apparently exempting crypto from state security regulation. That's going to be a problem. I mean, they can exempt it from state security regulation. There's nothing they can do about the federal. If the SEC comes in, the SEC is not state. The SEC is federal, right? Like, again, crypto. There's a huge differences between crypto. There is Bitcoin. There is altcoins. There is different types of altcoins. There is ICOs. You can't group them into the same bucket. I mean, ICOs are securities. Altcoins are generally Ponzi's, usually scams because they're just there for one guy to get rich. You know, and then you have things like Bitcoin. Very different. Next. Thoughts on Stephen Hawking passing away? That's unfortunate. I didn't know Stephen Hawking passed away. That sucks. No, I mean, too bad. Which hard wallet do you use? All of them? I have them all. I actually haven't used a couple of them yet. I have them. I haven't used them. I should use them. Sorry, guys. It's already past midnight. ETFs. I mean, what about ETFs? Guys, it's not that simple. Who's going to control the Bitcoin? Like, a Bitcoin ETF is problematic. Who's responsible for the Bitcoin? That's the problem. Who's responsible for the honeypot of Bitcoin? Is using a 1200 period on a 4-hour chart a good way to represent the 200-day moving average on a 4-hour time frame? I guess, but I don't know why you want to look at a 200-day moving average on a 4-hour time frame. Look at a 200-day moving average on a daily time frame. When the daily time frame is touching your 200-day moving average, obviously you know where the 4-hour chart is. Like, it just makes no sense. Yeah, you're right, Corey. I should call it a night. I think it's ridiculous. I think Binance Coin is ridiculous. No one, they didn't have the money, so they decided to, scam unqualified investors for money to build their exchange. And sure, when they get a lot of money in the door, they can hire good developers and bring you and build you a nice exchange. That's not a good business model. It's really not. All right, guys. I'm going to call it a night. Sorry for the technical difficulties. And if you like my work and you want to support my work, please check out the affiliates and referral section of libertylifetrail.com. And don't forget to check out all my videos in audio format on the World Crypto Network audio podcast. And I'll talk to you all tomorrow morning, bright and early with Leah.